You ever get that feeling where the air in the shop just smells like opportunity? Or maybe that's just the smell of ozone and burnt coffee. It's a big day, Alex. The world is short on builders, but the sparks are flying in the right direction.
Every time you say opportunity, my bank account flinches because I know you found a new specialized tool you absolutely require for the collective good of the show.
Guilt is charged, but today I'm looking at the big picture. We're talking about a massive shift in the trades. If you've been sitting on the fence about moving from a cubicle to a welding hood, the universe is practically screaming at you right now.
It really is. I saw the news about Wyotech out in Laramie. They're doubling their welding program. You don't double a facility that size unless the demand is a literal tidal wave.
It's the real deal. I remember back when people looked at a career in fabrication like it was a consolation prize for not getting into law school. But look at the Fabricators Fab 40 list that just dropped. These companies aren't just surviving, they're hauling in 2024 revenues that would make a tech CEO blush. Basic Metals is breaking ground on 42,000 square feet of new floor space. That's a lot of aluminum and stainless moving through the world.
It's reinforcing what we always say here. The physical world isn't going anywhere. You can't 3D print a bridge or a skyscraper skeleton without someone who knows how to melt metal together perfectly. But I keep seeing people jump in without the foundation. It's like they want to bake the cake before they know what flour is.
You hit the nail on the head. I was hopping around Electrician Talk this morning, which, by the way, is a goldmine of grumpiness and wisdom, and they were honoring guys who have been in industrial maintenance for 50 years. 50! Think about the changes they've seen. They started with relays and vacuum tubes and moved to microprocessors.
And the common thread for those legends? They didn't just learn to pull wire.
Exactly. Everyone wants to grab a pair of lineman's pliers and start twisting, but those old-timers will tell you, if you don't respect the theory, the electricity won't respect you. We're seeing a lot of level 1 newbies asking for the shortcuts, but you've got to sit down with Ohm's law. You need to understand how DC basics work in your marrow. I remember once, back in my early days, I spent 3 hours trying to troubleshoot a motor starter because I was just swapping parts. I was a professional part changer. My mentor walked up, looked at me like I was a puppy who just tripped over its own ears, and asked me why the voltage was dropping across the coil. I didn't know because I hadn't looked at the math. I was just guessing. That's a long, hot way to spend a Tuesday, let me tell you.
It's the difference between being a technician and being a guy with a toolbox. If you understand the why, the how becomes obvious. Speaking of things people don't want to look at the math for, can we talk about the maker-mogul side of things? Because honestly, Tiger, some of these pricing strategies I see on the internet are basically just organized charity.
Oh, don't get me started. It breaks my heart. You see these beautiful Cactus Lady boutique items, real high-end artisan work, and the person selling them is barely making enough to cover the electricity for the lights in their shop. They're guesstimating.
I think it's worth $50 is not a business plan. It's a wish.
Right. And the biggest lie makers tell themselves is that their time is free because they enjoy the work. If you wouldn't hire a guy for $20 an hour to do this for you, why are you paying yourself $5? To move from a hobbyist to a mogul, you have to be cold-blooded about your clock.
Help me break down the batching thing. People always get tripped up there. They track how long it takes to make one item, but that's not the real number, is it?
Not even close. If I'm making one dovetail box, it might take me 4 hours because I'm setting up the jigs, finding the right blade, and measuring 7 times. But if I make 10, the setup time gets divided by 10. You have to track a full week of production with a stopwatch. See where the minutes are leaking out. Maybe it's the 10 minutes you spend looking for the tape measure you just put down. I've lost cumulative years of my life looking for that one specific pencil that's currently behind my ear.
I was going to point that out, but I figured I'd let you suffer. So, the maker-profit formula is basically materials plus labor hours times your rate, plus overhead, plus a margin for the business itself.
That's it. If the math says the item should cost $200 and your gut says nobody will pay more than $100, you don't lower the price. You find a more efficient way to build it, or you find a different customer. Don't negotiate with your own dinner plate.
Okay, shifting gears. Let's talk about a project that actually requires some of that muscle and math we've been discussing. Concrete. Specifically, those outdoor kitchens everyone is obsessed with right now.
Concrete is one of those materials that is incredibly forgiving until the exact moment it becomes a permanent disaster. It's cheap, it's durable, and when you get it right, it looks like $1,000,000. But it's heavy, Alex. It's heavy and it's fast.
You mentioned the start-to-finish build team's approach to countertops. Most people think you just pour it in a hole and wait. What's the secret to getting that glass smooth? I can't believe this is concrete finish.
It's all in the vibration. When you pour that mix into your formwork, it's full of tiny pockets of air, voids that will make your countertop look like a piece of Swiss cheese once you flip it. Here's what you do. You don't need a $300 industrial vibrator. Take a palm sander, no sandpaper on it, just the pad, and run it along the outside of the forms.
Wait, the vibration from the sander is enough?
It's magic. You'll see the air bubbles rise to the surface like a carbonated drink. It settles the aggregate and gives you that crisp, clean edge. And please, for the love of your lower back, listen to me. Don't start by trying to pour a 12-foot L-shaped kitchen.
Let me guess. You tried to pour a monolithic outdoor bar in one go?
I thought I was a hero. I had 3 buddies, 2 wheelbarrows, and a can-do attitude that was entirely unearned. We ended up with a slab that looked like the surface of the moon, and we had to rent a jackhammer the next weekend just so we could start over. Start small, build a bar top insert, a little rectangle, get your mix right, get your formwork perfectly level, and I mean laser level, not looks okay to my eye, and then work your way up to the big stuff.
There's a certain satisfaction in concrete, though. It's so permanent. It's like you're leaving a fossil of your hard work for the next 50 years.
It is. It's honest work. Like the welding or the electrical theory or the pricing math, it all comes down to respecting the process. If you try to cheat the physics or the economics, the project will find a way to let you know, usually by failing loudly in front of your neighbors.
Well, I think we've given them enough to chew on today. From the boom in the metal trades to the cold, hard logic of your shop rate and the vibration of a perfect countertop.
It's a good time to be a maker. Just remember, whether you're striking an arc or pouring a slab, the quality of the finish is always decided in the prep work. Don't rush the foundation.
Wise words. Where are you heading today? The welding table or the accounting ledger?
Neither. I'm going to find where I put that pencil that was behind my ear 10 minutes ago. It's gone again.
Check your other ear, Tiger.
Oh, right, there it is.